What's a YouTube deal? ACD. What's a YouTube day here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you my 4th place Thunder Dragon deck profile. Now, this is obviously supposed to be the new meta. This is supposed to topple Sky Strikers and really slow a lot of people down, and that is because of this bad boy here, Thunder Dragon Colossus, which is basically a walking mistake, both literally and physically. So this deck, it went okay today at locals. There's a couple of questionable things in this deck which I'll explain as I went through, because I literally just I turned up to my locals and then went, ah crap, I've left my Ash Blossoms and my Drolls at home, and I've even got my side deck, and my side deck was basically a repeat of last week, but last week I was using Phantasm Spirals, the normal monsters, so there's a lot of traps in it. Regardless, so I played Dracos, which was really scary because the Draco player opened up Inspector Border, and I was just like, crap. I luckily top decked into Impermanence, but then he had a skill drain set, and I was just there trying to battle my way out for long times, trying to get back when I probably should have scooped. I ended up winning that one, turned the game over anyway. I then played the Mirror, and I just, my opponent just opened up so much better than me. Like, he won the dice roll, which is obviously in the Mirror very important, and then I couldn't come back from it. And then going second, I put in one of my side cards, which was Imperial Order, which I hate the card so much. I don't know why I keep playing it. I thought it'd be a good choice, and I ended up killing myself with it, so that's that one. I then faced Blue Eyes Chaos Max. Now, I don't know about you, but the player was doing like an Ibly combo, and would have absolutely trashed me if I wasn't careful enough. Luckily, I opened up the barrier, stopped him, let him pay his life points with Galdogra, and then pushed through for game next turn. So the Blue Eyes one was an interesting matchup. But it was still very tough to kind of come up against. I then played DDDs, and as you know, if DDDs go first and open up their board, they've got a Crystal Wing, they've got a Siegfried, they could even have another Spell Negator, and that really slows down Thunder Dragons. Luckily, I was able to push through that one, and then he kind of bricked game 2 of his sideboard, so I got lucky on that one as well. And then the last matchup was against Pendulum Magicians, and I lost that in time. Pendulum Magicians are still strong. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't open up a hand trap that stops the Electromite or slows the Electromite down, they just go off. I mean, game 1, he opened up the nuts. He had a Naruto on board, and then he also had the Cerberus on board, the Jackal, sorry, on board, starting negating my stuff, and that really slowed me down. Again, I tried to battle through it, but ended up losing it. Game 2, I just won. I opened up really well, stormed through it with D-Barrier, and again, when I get to the side deck, I'll show you D-Barrier was the nuts. Anyway, I've babbled on long enough. I ended up losing that one in time. I think he had to draw a monster, so he had one card left in hand, which wasn't a monster. He had to draw a monster, and then Pendulum summon 2 out, and which he did, and then, just beat over my board and won by like 400 life points. Anyway, right, I'll take you through the deck. I'll show you what we've got, what I say is staple, and then what I would like to change. So, of course, we play 3 Thunder Dragon Roar. Do the Roar. This is the card that you banish off of Gold Sark, which then special summons you 1 from deck. So this is your combo starter. A little bit blurry on that one. Anyway, we've then got triple Thunder Dragon Dark. This is the one that if it's banished, it adds another Thunder Dragon except itself, but if it's discarded, it's quick play, it adds another copy of itself. So this is part of your combo towards Titan, which allows Titan's effect to go off during your opponent's turn and start popping cards. We've then got triple Thunder Dragon Hawk. This is your revival from grave, as well as if it's sent from field or banished, it shuffles as many cards in your hand back to the deck and you draw the same amount. Triple Thunder Dragon, this is obviously 1 card to activate in your hand should you open up not so well. So if you were to open up, like, let's say a mixture of these, as long as you've got one of these, you discard this, get this to grave, use Hawk, bring this back, and because you've activated this in hand, you can tribute this off and go into your Colossus. It's good if you've got Titan on board as well, because you make Titan, you discard this, search out 1 copy of itself, pop a card, discard it again, search out another copy, pop itself, rather than searching both copies, because it is an up to 2, you do get to search out another one. We've then got triple Thunder Dragon Matrix. This card is a little bit slow, but again, it's another part of the combo with Titan to activate it during your opponent's turn. The only issue is because it's a quick effect, you can only use each of the Dragon's effects once per turn. So if you use the Banish effect, you can't use a Discard effect, and so on and so forth. So you've got to be very careful with Matrix, because Even though discarding it with Titan, you've got to make sure that you can still recoup the game, because you discard this, you're down a card. So you've got to be very, very careful when playing around with that. Triple Battery Man Solar. This card obviously gets everything going. You open up this with a number of array cards. You've got a very, very decent opening hand and playboard. This can, of course, send one of the Thunder Dragons. So you send Raw to grave, for example, if you've got Hawk in hand. This card, Hawk. Hawk brings back Raw. Solar Man gets his token. You turn Solar and the token into some summoner, or some summoner. And then you tribute off Raw, go into a Colossus. Raw then gets his effect. You bring out Dark from your deck. You can then turn Dark into a Colossus if you want. If you've got another Thunder Dragon in hand, you turn Colossus and the Thunder Dragon in hand into a Titan. Then turn Dark into another Colossus, and you get a search off of Dark. And then you can turn the Summoner into another Colossus, and you've got 2 Colossus and a Titan on board. One of the most important cards in the deck, and that is BLS, Black Soldier Envoy of the beginning. This card won me so many games, because not many people were expecting it. People were like, you know, Thunder Dragon, not many people play it. Playing it at 1 was really, really good, because you get so many lights and darks. Some of these clog up in the grave, and you need to get them banished. So getting this guy on board can banish 1 dark, or can banish Raw and Hawk if you want it to. That will then give you a reshuffle of your hand and a special summon from deck, and you've then turned your board from maybe a top deck card into 3 cards on board, maybe even a Colossus or a Titan, and you've pretty much won the game from there. One of the first mistakes of the deck, and that was the Gamma Cyphering package. Definitely take this out. It's not, you know, it's nowhere near. This is basically my Ashes or my Drolls. That's just straightforward on that one. I made a mistake on this. I don't think I ever resolved it. It was more of a clog to me than anything else, so definitely a bad choice on my behalf. Double Ghost Ogre, again, I would probably take out these, put Ghost Ogre up to 3, and then put 3 Ashes in, and that's just quite straightforward on that one. That was my mistake on, you know, forgetting my cards, basically. Trying to speed back through this. So we've got Triple Gold Start, quite straightforward. This gets your combo started. Send off your Raw starts going, and off you go. Double Call by the Grave, you want your effects to be going off, so you need to make sure that you have as much possible to kind of stop them doing so. Interrupting you, that is. 2-Pot Desires, I actually really like this. It worked out quite nicely for me once or twice throughout the day, so I'll probably drop it to 1. It doesn't need to be at 2, but just to give you that, you know, this deck can brick sometimes. It is consistent, but you need to make sure that when you do brick, you have outs, and Desires is one of them. It's also a nice little Ash bait, or if you've baited Ash with Gold Sarks, Dragon Raw, then of course you can go into that. 1 upstart, 1/1 for 1 that I don't see many people playing, but this is just good to get a Thunder Dragon to the graveyard should you need it from your hand. So for example, if you open up this Hawk and another Thunder Dragon, you activate 1 for 1, get the Thunder Dragon to your graveyard, special out the Matrix, use Hawk's effect, bring back the Thunder Dragon. You've got 2 monsters on board, straight away you can go into a Colossus and start pushing your plays further forward, and then the Hawk can reset your hand should your hand be that bad. 1 instant fusion for the Kaminaki, I'll never actually get his name right. Kaminari attack, instant fusion play, obviously you instant fuse into that and then go straight into a Titan should you need to. The 1 Monster Reborn, you 1 Thunder Dragon fusion, again really, really powerful card, kind of helps extend your board. And then of course triple Infinite Impermanence, did a lot of work today, so that kind of made up for me leaving my other hand traps at home. So now onto the extra deck, of course we've got triple Colossus. This is the Walking Mistake. Your opponent cannot add cards from their main deck to the hand except by drawing them. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you banish 1 Thunder monster from your graveyard instead. Double Titan. Sorry. Thunder Dragon Colossus can be made if you've activated a Thunder Dragon card in effect in hand. All you need to do is you have a Thunder Dragon on Thunder monster on board. You can just tribute off and go straight into Colossus, a 1-card fusion basically. You've got Double Titan. Titan basically requires you to banish Colossus from field, or of course the Kaminari attack, and then a Thunder Dragon from hand, so you'll get effects off of that. And then Titan is when a Thunder Dragon monster's effect is activated in the hand, you just pop a card on the field. You don't target it, you just get to pop the card on the field. If it were destroyed by battle or card effect, you banish 2 cards from your graveyard instead. Obviously the instant fusion target on that one. Link Rebo to take off your Matrix and then get your plays going from there. Double Summoner. Very rare that I would go into 2, but there was the odd occasion I did go into 2 and it still remained useful to me. Can be taken out for a Cerberus or something else should you wish. Phoenix, straightforward on that one. Unicorn, again, quite self-explanatory. Trispania, this was because if I was going to come up against any kind of back row heavy decks, again, leaving my Hatronades and stuff like that at home putting this in was another alternative against Sky Strikers should I face them. The one Borreload, the one Boral Sword, and then of course to round everything else up, we do have the one Cyframe Lord Omega. Now again, when I take out the Gamma package, this would definitely come out as well, and you can find more space to put in other alternatives should you wish. Now I'll quickly blitz through the side deck and explain why I've got these. So I've got 2 Rivalry the Warlords. All your monsters are Thunder, so Rivalry can be a very, very nice stun card to really slow your opponent down should you need it. We've then got, of course, double red reboot. I probably should have played this at 3, but the majority of this was just stuff that I had on me from last week, like I said. Double D Barrier MVP. This won me so many games. Very, very useful in the Pendulum matchup, the Blue Eyes matchup, and would have been useful in the Thunder Dragon matchup if I had been able to capitalise on it. Probably play it in 3, especially in this upcoming format if Thunder Dragons do become the main meta. Triple Evenly Matched. Triple Awaken the Dragon, just for laughs and giggles. Again, this was part of the extra deck from last week, so I thought, Waken the Dragon, let's play it. You can probably put Ultimate Falcon in there if you want to. More so for the Draco matchups that I had when going into locals than anything else. You can definitely take out Waken the Dragon. Imperial Order, again, like I said, I thought it would be a good idea, but it really, really wasn't. And then double Mind Control to deal with the Mirror, because being able to take their Colossus, and then you could just push your plays further forward that way, and off you go, and turn the table on your opponent. And then it also deals with any other big troublesome monsters on the board that you can be targeted. Or, for example, in the Pendulum matchup like Naruto, you force them to negate it, or you force them to... you take their Jackal and you can start negating their monster effects. So definitely a very, very good card and useful card to play around with. Anyway, that is it for the deck. I've babbled on long enough. Like I said, there's some massive improvements. This is just exactly how I played it today. So definitely some improvements to be made on this deck and touch-ups. To be honest, I wanted to go for the Dino version or Dino variant, and I probably will be going back to the Dino variant. I just didn't feel comfortable enough doing a profile on it because I didn't understand it well enough. I wasn't ready to kind of show you that profile. But, I definitely feel this could have gone a lot better today. I did get lucky in coming on my matchups, but it does show you that the Thunder Dragons are very, very powerful and very, very useful. But just showing you the side deck straight away. If you're coming up against Thunder Dragons, Mind Controls could be very, very good, as well as, of course, D-Barriers. And everyone should be able to get a D-Barrier, they are common, and everyone should be able to get Mind Controls because, again, they are common. So they're definitely 6 cards, if not a little bit less, that you could be putting in your extra deck to use and abuse. Anyway, that is it for the profile. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.